All right. Let me talk about Charlie Sheen because this has been been shown around, blah blah blah. Let me talk about Charlie Sheen, and you know what? Let me go back for the. First of all, let me begin with two things. First things is that I think that he's being an idiot. First, straight off, people can say, okay, you don't know what CBS are doing, you don't know the other side of the story. I don't give a damn. Okay, the way that you're acting is irresponsible, wrong, arrogant, self-centered, and and I think that's it's a case of success just going too much to a guy's head. So maybe other people are responsible for making everything around him so important, but I just think that this is a very, very perfect case of success going to someone's head, and thus using that success and his position to do stupid things. Same with Bill and the whole Terminator Salvation rant, stardom and the whole Hollywoodness. But I want to go back to the very beginning, and I want to go back to three people, the three musketeers, the three stones of Kroll. That is Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen, and Emilio Estevez. For those who don't know, Emilio Estevez is the brother of Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen's other son, the guy who was in such films as The Breakfast Club and Young Guns. You see, I've known Charlie Sheen because obviously growing up watching films from the 80s, I've known Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez both together as they were doing their films back in the 80s and the early 90s. So I've known these guys. I've known these guys, and I've always felt that Emilio Estevez, he's the better actor. He's just the better actor, and I told you Platoon is my favorite war movie. But for me, the weakest point of Platoon is Charlie Sheen. And again, you look at Wall Street. Yeah, film is good. Michael Douglas is amazing. Everybody else is amazing, but every time I just think that, man, the weakest thing I have to say about this film is Charlie Sheen, because he's just not that great an actor. But yeah, when it comes to slightly more comedic, quirky stuff like your what's it called, That's Baseball film, Major League stuff, or Hot Shots parts, the Hot Shots series, then he flourishes because he does well. He's good at comedy. He's not amazing. He ain't Jim Carrey. He ain't Bill Murray. He ain't Eddie Murphy. But he's good at that is what he does. Not amazing but good. But Emilio Estevez, go and watch Breakfast Club. Those who haven't seen it, go watch Breakfast Club. Go watch Young Guns. In fact, pretty much go and watch pretty much any Emilio Estevez film and tell me that Charlie Sheen is a better actor than Emilio Estevez. For me, I think it was just a case of he was chosen. And Charlie Sheen in his mind, and from the beginning, it was always like, this guy's loved, everybody loves him, he's the chosen one, he's the guy that everybody wants to be a star, and people just, they just choose people, and I think that it wasn't a case of, he was better, because, no, Emilio Estevez is the better actor, he is the better actor, but for some reason, they just chose Charlie Sheen, because I think maybe Emilio Estevez, he's not as outgoing as Charlie Sheen, he maybe doesn't have that right kind of Hollywood look as Charlie Sheen, so obviously, the woman will want more to Charlie Sheen's extroverted nature and all that kind of stuff. So all that put together was maybe what made Charlie Sheen more of the star and the guy who got all the good roles, whereas Emilio Estevez didn't. Because I think in hindsight, you put Emilio Estevez in Platoon, it's a better film. You put Emilio Estevez in Wall Street, it's a better film. Again, Emilio Estevez, he ain't your Andrew Brown or Denzel or Gary Oldman or Brandon. He ain't that, but he's a better actor than Charlie Sheen, and he's a guy who I feel that deserved to have better scripts, better projects, better films, and I feel that he deserved to have his shot, But so that being said, so Charlie Sheen was living through a career where people loved him. He was loved. He was people wanted him to do well. And we now come to this thing, 2.5 Men. I've seen this thing. 2.5 Men ain't The Office. It ain't Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The writing in 2.5 Men ain't that great. It's literally just, the jokes are just very obvious jokes, and it's pretty much centered on Charlie Sheen's comedic nature and his comedic timing and just his comedic aura. That's just what it's centered on. And again, as a show, it's not that great. Okay, is the 2.5 Men really that's good? Because I think that what takes 2.5 men on those, on the success is just people's love for Charlie Sheen, their affinity for Charlie Sheen. Something I don't really get, I don't really understand, but I think in life, we just have people who are just chosen. People are just chosen. It's like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, It's like Marky Mark, he can't act. And he's a guy who basically blinded a Vietnamese guy who is still blinded permanently, and he didn't even apologize to him. He says he doesn't need to apologize to him. But somehow, a guy who was racist and did all that stuff when he was a teenager, now, because, I'm sorry, but even I'm not going to say sorry to those guys, now he's now producing films, he's now been nominated for a Golden Globe. Why? Because some people are just chosen. Some people, they're just liked. And once you're liked and once you're chosen, people will forgive all of your misdemeanors and your crimes, And Charlie Sheen, mate, all right, the way you have been living as a head star for a TV show, I don't give a damn whether the show is about you. If you have respect for people around you, because he talked about, the Chuck Lorre guy doesn't respect the other people. No, if you have respect for your crew and everything like that, turn up to practice. Don't act, stupid. Don't put yourself out there in public drinking and taking cocaine and taking drugs and acting like a fool. Have respect for the show. I mean, try and give the show some integrity by trying to be, a person with integrity outside of the show. Because in movies, man, sorry, once you're a star and a big man, you have a responsibility to act a certain way. If you want to act like an idiot and a fool, so this is my view, if you want to act like an idiot and a fool, don't be in films or movies, because once you're, especially with something that's very successful, you have a responsibility. Sorry, okay, that's just how it is. You have a responsibility, and every responsibility to act a certain way. That doesn't mean that you can't have some fun, you can't have some drink, you can't, share your headless. No, okay, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean you have to live like, a priest, okay? But stuff you've been doing has been excessive. Hence, you going into rehab and doing that stuff. And as we've seen from your radio call-ins and all that kind of stuff, success has gone to your head, mate. Success has gone to your head. And for me, when I just see that stuff, I'm like, it does anger me, because it's the same, for me, it's the same thing with Bale. Like, when Bale did that stuff, like, the way I now view Bale now will always be different based on what he did. Good, you apologize, which is good. Something that Charlie Sheen hasn't done. It's a good thing that Bale apologized, but at the end of the day, you did it. I can forgive, but I can't forget. And with Bale, it's like, it's gone to your head. It's gone to your head. How do you single out and embarrass a lighting guy like that? How? And you know that you can do it because you're a star. And you can go on and on and on, and people, even people on the board are saying, well, that lighting guy, he did, and they're only saying that, and they're only siding with Bill, even if it is madness to side with Bill, but they're only siding with Bill because it's Christian Bale, the superstar guy that everybody loves. And you'll have guys who will be saying, oh, Charlie Sheen, he does have a point though. I think these guys are trying to mess up. They'll only do that because against Charlie Sheen, he's a Hollywood star, he's loved. And people just need to be objective, especially in situations like this. You need to be objective and say, mate, okay, be respectable, okay. I'm looking at that today, thinking that Prodigy put up, and I even saw some bits of it like on a promo. You look messed up. Okay, you look like a guy that's on crack. I'm sorry, okay, you look like a guy that's on crack. Okay, as I said, you're 45 years old. You look older than Martin Sheen. You look older than your dad. You look older than your papa. You look older than your papa because you look like a 70-year-old man, because I can see like your veins, your skin is all scrubbing off. So if you think, okay, I can, with willpower and everything like that, look, we'll see. Personally, I don't think he's going to go straight back into this, and I think it will reach a critical point. Obviously, we hope that it doesn't get killed, but if you want to avoid that, you have to get some serious help from outside sources. Because again, looking at him, it's a guy who just thinks that he knows it all. He's a guy who thinks he knows it all. And but you know what? I just think that again, it's just something that's always bothered me, and I think we see it through our society how people are chosen, people are loved undeservedly, overloved undeservedly, and you can't, to a degree, to a certain extent, you can't really blame the subject who is loved and adored and who is chosen, because what's all you know is that anytime you do something wrong, people say, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine." You just build that just builds up and builds up and builds up, so that you don't really have the ability to step outside of the box and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," whoa," and say, "No, let me be objective here. What I'm doing is wrong." And therefore I should be apologetic about it, because I think, again, Sheen, the way you can just even see it by the manner in which he talks, is a guy who hasn't had to apologize for a lot of stuff in his life based on how people have treated him and how forgiving people have been around him, you know. But for me, I just think it's a lot of bull, how he's acting and how he just thinks that, okay, he can just do whatever he wants because, oh, like, okay, look at how good my humor is, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, mate, all right, your show ain't that great. You ain't that great a comedian, and Emilio Estevez deserved the chances that you had. All right, and that's that. Ba-da-da-da, bing, bing.